this is one of those things I don't think's going to happen. I don't know, maybe. I mean, Hellraiser's pretty low budget. Like, these aren't movies that come to the theater, right? Even the last one, I think it had great production value, but it went to Hulu. So, you know, I don't think we're going to see a Hellraiser movie come to the theater again. What was the last Hellraiser movie to go to theaters? Was it 4, I think? So, Doug Bradley would love to play an older, darker Pinhead in a Scarlet Gospels movie. So they're based on the book, I guess, Scarlet Gospels. Demon to some and angels to others, Doug Bradley believed horror icon status for his portrayal of Pinhead in Clive Barker's Hellraiser and its first 7 sequels. Although he hasn't reprised the role since 2005, the consummate actor wouldn't rule out a return. I certainly never say never. I've never said I was done with it. I've never said I'm retired from it. He continues, I'm sensible about these things too. I was, in my mind, mid-30s when I first played the character. And I was just turning 50 when I played him the last time. I ain't in the age range anymore. I'm now in my 70th year. And to some extent, I think special effects makeup is a younger man's game. Bradley's ideal circumstances for a return would be an adaptation of Barker's 2015 novel, The Scarlet Gospels, which concerns the end of Pinhead. If we did that, we could maybe present an older Pinhead to be aware of the fact that I am the age I am, that time and gravity does what time and gravity does. An older, darker Pinhead would intrigue me. One not so much in love with the flippant one-liners and the witty comebacks and so forth. So, I do have some thoughts on this as well. You know, there's some possibilities, but then there's also some evidence to the contrary. I think you do have older actors coming into major roles like James Jude Courtney, who did Halloween, right? I mean, James Jude Courtney, I think, was 60. Of course, he wore a mask, but I don't think it really mattered. Like, I mean, hell, sometimes in the trilogy, he had his mask off, and we weren't bothered. He was a force. And I think because of Myers' supernatural aura about him, it works. And I think the violence in the movies really backed it up. James Jude Courtney was flat out amazing in the role. So I think that's a case to the positive for Doug Bradley. You know, we all love Doug Bradley. He is, you know, as much as we hate some of the Hellraiser movies, I don't want to say hate, but just a lot of them are really kind of lackluster. They're kind of like low-rent detective stories. We never have a problem with Doug Bradley. And if anything, I think he's not used enough in some of the movies. You know? I think you need Pinhead, not too much, but you got to have the right amount. And you want the story to center around Pinhead. And sometimes they just felt like they didn't. So it sounds like this book that he's talking about from Clive Barker is more based around Pinhead. And I think that sounds exciting, right? Doug Bradley, I don't know what his health is at 70 years old, but I think facially, he looks like, you know, he'd still look great in the makeup. You know, you put, it's like when Kiss put back on the makeup back in '96, and then they had the makeup till the End of the Road tour, and yeah, you could tell that they were a little older, but the makeup definitely helped. So I think if Pinhead had the makeup on with the pins and everything, Doug Bradley, then I think it could work for sure. You can't help but maybe compare him to Robert Englund. There's been so many discussions about should Robert Englund come back to the franchise at his age. Again, you could put on the Freddy makeup and you wouldn't miss a beat, right? Because the Freddy makeup, it covers everything. But it all comes down to health and can the actor do it? You know, how much of a stuntman do you need? Pinhead is not a character that moves that much. You know, he's more about his voice, and he can summon things. He can summon change to happen. He can make things happen with his mind. So again, it could totally work, and I would not be against a Pinhead movie, a final Hellraiser movie with Pinhead. Would be cool. I think the Hellraiser remake, and the new version of Pinhead, I think they did a fantastic job, and I would actually welcome a return of that character, Jamie Clayton. I would highly welcome Jamie Clayton returning to play Pinhead. I guess I could take either, you know. Part of me would almost prefer Jamie Clayton coming back because I think Jamie Clayton just looked amazing as Pinhead. You know, best part of the movie for sure. And I think that remake had a lot of potential. I think it was really dark, okay, story-wise. And yeah, you want a Hellraiser movie to be dark. The first movie's really dark, but I think the first movie, there was just a lot of depth to the characters and the story, and that whole lust angle that was going on, I think worked really well. So, yeah. Whereas I think the remake was a little bit more about, you know, we were just waiting for Jamie Clayton to enter the frame, right? The characters weren't horrible, but yeah, I think the original is just much more three-dimensional. What's up, guys? You are at the end of the DD Live clip. What I do is I like to clip these out if I think the topic is important or something that's newsworthy. So thank you for watching, and if you want to watch more, you can go over here, you can go over here, click on one of those, and yeah, and hopefully I can do this for 20 seconds, which I think I did. Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching, guys.